Sorry about the noises and me being a little bit dumb trying to figure out. Let's introduce our players. In the upper right corner of the map, our blue Zerg player from Root Gaming. It is Hydra. And in the upper left hand corner from Invasion Esports, it is GuMiho. In the chat, Shio Go Rafe, something along those lines. Hope I'm saying it right one of those times. Doing pretty good. Started playing StarCraft a few days ago and there's been a lot of fun tournaments and streams to watch already. Yes, there is. Man, WCS qualifiers, of course, tonight as well. Make sure you open a second stream up to start watching those as soon as once we're finished here. Or, well, when it starts, and then once we're finished here, you can head over and start watching those as you wish as well. But don't miss the great matches we have lined up here. I mean, GuMiho versus Hydra, guys. Are you even ready for this? This is going to be pretty sweet, I think. As we wait to see what happens here in game number 1. Hatchery first into gas into pool for Hydra. And GuMiho just opening up with a Marine. It's nothing too crazy. Going to be interesting to see how Hydra decides to play on this map as well as GuMiho, because GuMiho, of course, is very well known for playing mech. So I wonder if he's going to play mech, or if he's going to, you know, is he going to play mech, or is he not going to play mech? Well, no. What is he going to do? I see we're going to come up to the high ground here. That's going to be really our main question at the start of this series. You know, how is GuMiho going to play? Yes, I am opening up a kick cut. Yes, it is very unprofessional of me. Sometimes you just have to be unprofessional when you're not actually a professional, right? Even taking a drink as well. Command center on the way then, and GuMiho starts up his factory. Reactor on the way also as 6 things out for Hydra. Going to send a couple across the map. Yeah, doesn't know where his opponent is, but he's actually going to lose this Overlord. I'm going to have to pull this away. I don't think he's going to get away in time. I think GuMiho's going to be able to kill this off, and he is going to get that. So nice early victory here for GuMiho, taking down that Overlord. And Hydra going to have to start another one of those. Will be supply blocked until that point. And seeing those early 2 Marines, he'll now know there is no Reaper, so sends all of his Lings across the map. And with 2 extra Marines out, he's not going to be able to do anything here. Loses another Zergling. And GuMiho in a good position here in game number 1. So, factory lifts, starport lands, and Barrack's going to lift as well. Factory going to land onto that reactor now, and start reactoring out those Hellions. And starport on the way, just a single gas though. And I wonder if we just see some kind of, well, it could be Cloakless Banshee, but no tech lab being made by the barracks. So I wonder if it's just a Viking opening. It could be a medevac as well. As these Zerglings still moving around here. SCV trying to scout, trying to find where a Zerg opponent is. He doesn't know exactly where just yet. He's going to be able to limit, well, actually he's going to find out that, you know, he sees that it's not down the bottom left. And if he knows that, he knows it's probably going to be top right because he knows that first Overlord was there very quickly. Speed is here, and these Hellions now out on the map are going to head straight to that top right location. Third base on the way for Hydra here, as a medevac is going to be the choice of unit out of that starport here. Try and see what's going to come in. Try and see what exactly he's going to do with this. I mean, probably just going to pick up these Hellions and try and get some drone kills early. This Hellion's just chilling right now outside of the map. And this medevac lifts up. Actually lifts up the Marines. So they're going to send the Marines across in the medevac. I'm going to pull across here with the rest of the hands. In fact, we haven't seen this build for a while, right? This is like what Flash was doing back when he won IEM. And then it became very popular for quite some time. I'm sure you need to do yourself a Reaper though, instead of just a Marine opening. Either way, 6 Marines, 5 Hellions is going to be pretty strong here. Especially for medevac to heal, although right now Hydra doing a great job of just getting that transfuse down, of targeting that medevac. Medevac's already taking a lot of damage. Marines is going to start falling here. One of these Queens getting another transfuse on it. Some Zerglings coming out to help tank, and more Zerglings coming through here. A little bit of extra DPS, a little bit of extra tanking, and the Zerglings continue to stream out here, a few at a time. It looks as though he will just about be able to clean this up. The medevac goes down as well, and Hydra is going to be able to take game number 1 here. take game number 1. What the fuck am I on about? He's going to take game number 1. Yes! He holds off a tiny pressure and he takes game number 1. What on earth am I talking about? I just actually don't even know what to think, because that was such a, that was actually potentially the most stupid thing I've said in God knows how long. Guys, now is the time you hit that mute button. Just watch, no sound. Put on some music or something instead. Holy shit. Anyways, Hydra are going to start running around with some Zerglings. We do see mech play out of GuMiho. He's starting up the mech weapons, third command center now being built. So fairly delayed for, third command center coming out here. He did a little bit of damage to justify having it a little bit later. Hydra maybe going to try and attack in a couple of different places at once. Sees these Hellions to the right, and he will be able to move into this left side. And these Hellions are so far out of position, I think this could be a kill on this third command center, and that would be absolutely huge here to begin this. As there it is, the cancel goes down, but he's got a lot of Hellions to contend with over on his side of the map, and they are now Hellbats, guys. Because hey, you know what? With an armory, you can make these Hellions into kind of machines which just kill absolutely anything and everything. There's nothing up right now for Hydra to actually be able to deal with Hellbats. He's in fact completely unprepared for this. Transfuse goes down to keep one of these queens alive a little while longer, as Lings are going to stream through, try and clean these up. The third base taking a lot of damage from 4 of these Hellbats, as the Zerglings will clean up the ones on the natural, and he will actually be able to clean all of this up. But it will cost him a lot of units here. And GuMiho is starting to make some Vikings, getting ready to go into the next stage of this game, which is going to be the defense against the Mutalisks. Some Lings going to try and counterattack. GuMiho's third base, of course, very much so delayed right now, as 8 Hydras, 8 Mutalisks are on the way, going to be able to head towards that main base here very shortly. Lings check. They see no third, and they'll see now that the Hellions are coming out of the natural once again. First Mutalisks coming across though, and they're going to be able to start dealing with these Hellions. And in fact, they're going to make the Hellions change direction. They're going to now head towards the main, but there's pretty good defenses set up here. May try and chase down this first Viking, and we'll get that. But needs to be careful about the rest of the Vikings here. 2 of them are out. A 4's on the way as well. A lot of damage being taken by this turret. And I think Hydra doing the right thing here by just turning around. As the Hellions on the ramp, going to start moving into Hellbats in a very abusive position, as Zerglings on their own. Going to keep on struggling to deal with this. A Queen as well. Muta's on the way back to help out. And again, I mean, Hydra just losing a lot of units here for no real reason early on. As these Hellions are going to try and pick off a couple more drones, but only get 3. But again, they've killed so many Zerglings, definitely worthwhile. You can see in the resources lost, it's GuMiho who's been trading a lot better here so far. A lot of these Mutas heading back across the map. There's a single 4 out now, and that will help a lot. Alongside these 4 Vikings, it's going to make these Mutalisks very hard to do anything with for Hydra, and he loses the first Mutalist just there. And GuMiho, we saw him playing a very aggressive mech style earlier, and he's looking to do exactly the same right now. Roach not ready for Hydra, so he's not able to get anything out on the ground. It's only the Mutalisks, and that could give him a little bit of trouble here. Although that being said, there's only 3 Hellbats, so if he can get just a few Lings out, surround the 4, surround the tank, he probably will be okay as well. And again, the real problem is he just can't quite fight with the Mutalisks, because them Vikings are just going to rip them to shreds. So tank siege is up here, and here we go. These Lings are going to start streaming through. They're going to surround the tank, surround the 4. Muta's coming in as well. They're going to try and go after these Vikings here straight away, or the 4. I'm not sure what they're going to try to go for. It looks as though they're going to just try and get that 4 Hydra. He's taking a lot of damage though. I mean, he's going to lose every single Mutalisk here. And some extra Lings will be able to clean up the 4 then in the end. One more Queen will go down, and these Vikings do remain. So I mean, it's not the end of the world here. Finally some Roaches on the way for Hydra. He's actually going to start losing Overlords, and I mean, if he loses more than a couple, it's going to start getting very expensive to replace them. I mean, we're talking about, what, that's 3 Overlords now. He's going to go up to 4 at least, and he could pick off a couple more if he wanted to. So Hydra going to have to replace those. He starts his Hydra then going into the Roach Hydra composition, and with Roach Hydra, he's going to be in a much better position to hold on from that point. He's going to have a much better army composition. But again, it's not a perfect army composition. It's good in the mid game, but as the game goes on, how long can it be useful for? Vikings dropping down here, and they're going to start picking up a few drones, 7 drones in total, in fact. And this Queen as well in a little bit of trouble. These Vikings, of course, they can lift up. They'll be able to pick off a couple more Overlords now as well. And they're just going to continue walking around and walking all over. Just making a joke out of Hydra at this point. He's just doing so much consistent damage. Another couple of Overlords die. I mean, at this point, Hydra's lost so much, he doesn't even need these Overlords. And GuMiho actually pulling his Vikings back. I'm surprised. Yeah, he's okay. He's going to keep on committing. He's going to kill off more. He's going to supply block Hydra once again. 2 Queens here now. And one more Overlord goes down. There's that supply block. And Hydra just doesn't even have the minerals to keep on to do anything right now. He's so far behind. 50 supply down. These 3 Vikings will spot this 4th base as well. And if he wants to, GuMiho could land these Vikings here and try and deny this for a little while. So, these all Hellbats? Oh yes they are. Hellbat drops coming in along the top side of the map here, and I mean, GuMiho is already pretty far ahead. I mean, he's like 60-ish supply ahead, so any amount of worker damage you can do for these expendable units is going to be great, and these Hellbats drop off 4 of them already. 2 workers killed, not too many. There's these Hydras coming to clean up, so not so bad for Hydra as the drops come into the main base as well now. And this will go up to 11, 15 workers killed in total. Where was that? Was this back over here? There's 1 Hellbat left. Oh, it's getting so many more kills. This 1 Hellbat had 9 kills alone before it died. Hellbat drops in the natural too, and Hydra will just tap